Welcome back to Marble Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod. And we got a shorter one today, but we're still going to go over some basic things like how you doing with the double PvE thing going on? Operation Spider Silk is live. We're on the second day of it. The hunt is live on wait. Did I say day one? Day two of it. Sorry. But anyways, day two of the hunt as well. Yes, they're rerunning it again. Yes, they're doing it because they're giving everyone a second chance to get those rewards they might have missed from the hunt screw up the first time around. All I see it is two different chances to get more 5-star shards and CP, because really at the end of the day we got to build up our legendary tokens, CP, and 5-star shards, right? That's the name of the game in this. But none of that today. We did welcome the shield yesterday, days 1 and 2 for Humberto, aka Reptile. But we're going to hold off on day 3. We're going to wait for tomorrow and get day 3 and day 4 all in one fell swoop. What's today? Deadpool's Daily, the Crash the Titans, because it's my last day before it, goes away. And like I said earlier, we need all the legendary tokens we can get. Let's get it. We're going against 4-star Spider-Woman. She's not cheating, thankfully. This game seems to like to do that, but we got a 5 black, 5 purple, 3 red. Normal sort of Spider-Woman build. When she came out in the game way back when, she's a much older 4-star. Her price for her powers wasn't really unreasonable, even though if you look at her nowadays, she's really overpriced. That black costs like, what, 10? That purple's probably one of our cheapest powers, but the red is like 14 or something, 13, 14, I don't know, maybe 12 at the cheapest. But point is, it's double digits, it's pricey. The black is like 10, which isn't horrible for what it does, but it is still pricey. Purple's the cheapest one, and it's probably one of her best ones. Her black, let's start there though. It's Seeking Redemption, if I remember the name correctly, and it puts out a countdown that while it is out there, she will always jump in the way of matches and whatnot, taking much reduced damage. And if the damage is so high, if it's a certain amount of damage coming in, she actually negates the entire amount. You want to put it up as high as you can because it makes the thresholds easier to hit. But here's the kicker. It does no damage. It's not like Elektra's black where she puts some traps out and she absorbs the damage and deals damage back. No, this just negates damage, period. It doesn't do any fancy damage back mechanics, but it's not limited by the amount of traps out there either. You could have the enemy do like a 5-hit cascade and she'll take all of it in stride and walk away whistling like nothing happened. It's kind of nice, but like I said, there's no damage back. You're not speeding up your win anytime soon. You're just weathering the storm. Her purple is To Love and Fear. You get a choice of either removing a number of enemy special tiles, and yes, that is enemy special tiles. That means repeaters, countdowns, strikes, protects. You get the point. Or you can put down traps, and the traps are actually pretty damaging. The only unfortunate thing is they have to be matched by the enemy, so they're pretty fickle how you get rid of them. But if they do end up matching them, they're very strong, and there's multiple of them out on the board. Each one does its own set of damage. I kind of like the purple a lot because to me it's worth the gamble. It's so much damage in each trap, and there's 4 of them out there, that it's actually very positive damage wise for the amount of AP you spend. It's just, you gotta make them hit it. Finally, there's the red, which is decent enough. It does an amount of damage, and then it does damage to the, let me think this correctly. If I remember correctly, it does damage to the enemy team and more damage up front to the person, in the front. I feel like there's some other mechanic to it I'm missing, but I don't remember it being that worth it in the end. But let's go look, honestly. We'll go in here, see what we're using. We're using Miles Morales, 4-star Spidey, against her. That's right, we can't look at her powers in here, can we? Give me a second here. I'm really curious. What was her for? Her red. I can say colors correctly, right? Oh, I have it at 5. System Shock, that's right. 14 red. It's ridiculous. See, look at that. There it is. Big old damage to the target. Some team damage as well. Oh yeah, and stunning a random enemy for 3 turns. That's why I liked putting it at 5. I forgot about the stun. I forgot all about that. Still, I don't blame anyone for putting the black at 5. Dodges resisting 100% of the damage if the attack is below 8 grand or more. You know, or below 8 grand or less, I should say. And she intercepts all other target attacks, resisting 70% of the damage dealt. I put it at 3 though, because, you know, it's still not bad. Resist 85%, resist 30%. Like, it's not bad numbers. But yeah, I would keep the purple at 5 at all times, because it's remove 6 things or put on 4 traps. It's good. It's good stuff. Anyways, we're not here to talk about her, right? Right. Miles Morales, 4-star Spidey. When he came on the scene in 4-star land, it was definitely after Spider-Woman, and they definitely made things a little more cost effective. They wanted to make sure people could fire off powers more often, and that's where Miles came into play. He comes in with one of the earlier, not the earliest, but one of the earlier versions of invisibility. You of course had Invisible Woman early on, and then you had 4-star Professor X, eventually Howard the Duck as well, and 4-star Miles Morales. Not necessarily in that order, but you get the point. Those are the early invisible peeps. He comes in with a 6 cost purple, note, cheaper than Professor X or Invisible One, and he can go invisible, putting 5 webs out there and an invisibility tile. Now, you can't just cast it again if you go ahead and make invisibility. You can't like make more of them because it turns into surprise. You deal a decent amount of damage for 8 purple, and then an additional amount of damage for each web on the board. Look at how there's no caps. This gets really, really, really damaging. This is a great KO move. Sure, you spent 14 purple to get there, and you need all the webs on there to get it up, but it's honestly not hard to do. 6 purple, it just gets them started into invisibility land, and then you got moves like Power and Responsibility. Puts on 4 more webs on the board. By the way, did we mention his passive, which is really the bread and butter here? When a web tile is matched, that means by anybody, enemies included, you get 1 purple, 1 red, and 1 blue. I have it at 5 for, well, obvious reasons. Because at 4, it's just purple and red, which Miles uses. So I guess you don't have to put it at 5, but I'll come back to that. I'll circle back around. If you put it at 3, you only get purple. Why wouldn't you want more AP? Plus, it makes more webs when you have it at least 4 or higher. And then finally, his Venom Blast. Probably the most underwhelming ability he has. It only costs 6, but only stuns a target for 1 turn, and I guess it deals decent damage for the 6 cost. It's just, at the end of the day, I like the amount of AP his yellow gives him, the amount of webs it makes, the amount of webs that purple makes, the amount of damage that purple makes. All in all, I think the red can take the hit if you're trying to decide what to do with your levels. So he was one of the earlier guys that not only went invisible, but he also started really helping web-based teams. Hay came along, Spider-Gwen came along, and you started to mix and match these web guys, and you started to see some synergy that they really needed to add to them to make webs a viable, meta, a viable way of playing. And thankfully, he works really well with Spider-Gwen and also 3-star Peter Parker. Because, well, like we said, purple, red, and blue, right? He doesn't use blue. Spider-Gwen doesn't use blue. Peter Parker does. Matter of fact, all the Peter Parkers do, don't they? If you think about it. That's why Miles is a good teammate for him. You got to put that blue somewhere. And even on 3-star Spider-Man, it only costs 5 blue for him to web someone up. And you get 1 turn of stun up to 3 for how many webs are out there on the board. So more often than not, 5 blue gets you a 3-turn stun on somebody, and Miles is over here helping fuel Peter Parker left and right. So, anyways, that's just in a team situation. We're doing one-on-ones here. My money's still on Miles Morales, not just because we're playing him, but because he's cheaper to use. He has invisibility. The only thing this Spider-Woman's going to have over us is if she gets that black Seeking Redemption out. That's going to suck because it's going to be really hard to do damage to her unless we get rid of that countdown tile. The traps are scary. Her red is scary, but she has to get so much AP up to get those things rolling. Hopefully we can just get the purple, get the yellow, and maybe some red to stun if we need to. I guess if I had to put it in order of operations, grab the purple first, then grab the red because she will try to get it as well and you just don't want her to have it, and then finally yellow last. That's my plan. Ready? Go. Oh yeah, and it's one-on-one, so animation's on, right? Here we go. I don't see any purples easy to get. I do see reds though, so I guess we get the reds first. There's no purples, there's no reds. Sure, there's blacks, but we don't need the black. We're gonna take the yellow, because we're gonna use it. See, she took a match 4 of green for no reason, other than the computer has to. Contractual obligations or something. I don't know. I mean, of course we do know, but play with me here. I need to do something with this. I don't know. I don't like some of these options. I guess we'll match the blue, I mean the black over here, because honestly we don't got much else to do. There's no red to match, no yellow to match, no purple to match. She can't really take anything but that black, so we might as well take it away from her. And of course it gives her purple. Oh well. We'll take the 4 because we'll get some yellow for it. There we go. Now we can take some more purple, which we finally get some. Oh no, not a critical. She's already got 7 red, which is a little concerning, but no reason to fret yet. Okay. Ugh, 10 red. Okay, let's get out of here. There we go. Feel a little safer now. As long as that invisibility tile stays up, we're good. We want... I don't see no yellow or red or purple to match. But I do see black, so we're going to get rid of it. Now that we're invisible, we don't have to worry about any of this match damage for quite some time. We'll take the team up just in... of course the red dropped in, right? That's how it works. Or in this case, doesn't work. Give me that yellow. Okay, power and responsibility. We're just going to throw some webs everywhere. Now, on one hand, you kind of want to match webs to get your AP up, but remember, you do damage based on how many webs are out there when you throw that purple out again. So you don't want to, like, spend them all. You kind of want to have as many out there still to use as damage, you know? But in some cases, it just doesn't come easy. So we'll take this one right now. Need one more purple. Oh, no. It's not like it hurts, it's just now we gotta deal with this thing. So, intercepts targeted attacks, resisting 70% of the damage dealt. If it's below 5,000, she resists 100% of it. So 70% of the damage dealt. So if I do this right now, I'm gonna do... Well, you know how the game works, right? If you're stunned, your stuff don't work. So right now, if I threw this out, it'd be 10,900 damage plus additional 1420 for each web. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting 6 webs out there. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm counting. That's a decent amount of damage. We'll call it close to extra 10,000 just for rounding purposes. So we got like 20,000 damage on deck, but she's gonna resist 70% of it. That means I'm not gonna do enough to kill her. Or can I? Remember, stunning a target means all their stuff goes inactive. They can't use their things. If they have any passives, it just doesn't work. So, stun them with the Venom Blast. There you go, now they're stunned. Now we'll swing in. Surprise! And that's that. That is Miles Morales' Crash the Titans. So that red does have a use, it does have a purpose, but I still wouldn't put up to 5. It's going to do 1 turn of stun whether they do it at level 3, 4, or 5. You might as well just keep it at 3. Let your purple do all the talking and your yellow do the walking. You don't need the red for it. You just need it for a stun, quick and easy, like I just did, in case she gets her Seeking Redemption out. But remember, save it for when you're going to actually hit her with a surprise, make it count. That's it. That's all I got for now. Tomorrow, we're going to go back in and hit that Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. Day 3 and 4 for Humberto Lopez. Okay? So, be patient. We'll get it then. And, well, that's it. I will talk to you later. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.